Palace, go ahead and max and relax and let the doc cook on this one, huh? Pete, man, I was thinking to myself, I said, Metal, huh? Why don't we go ahead and switch it up on him? Why don't we go ahead and switch it up just a taste? I had to go here with it. I said, okay. And because I do run shit in this motherfucker, I said, you know what? I'm right. Doggone it, I'm right. So here's how I'm finna quarterback this. We got 2 battles in one video. We're headed straight to Juste, Debout, aka you just got robbed. Palace, lock in. It's time to suit up. Let's make something happen, huh?
Get your shotting gun. Now I'm going to destroy. I am the Prince of all Saiyans once again.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? How y'all living, man? Is everybody good? Is y'all straight? Pete, man, y'all moving too slow. I'm already in motion. I'm finna bring these biggity bad boys down real fast so I can, wait a minute. Let me just go ahead and take a good quick, I said, hold on. Let me take a good quick, hey, stop playing. Make sure you hit that like button so the Palace, it can go global. Let me go ahead and take a good quick, hold on, just a quick second. Let me take a good quick look at y'all real fast. It's y'all street. What it hit for, Palace? We just touched down, at Juste Debout, aka you just got robbed, buddy. Ain't that what the people call it? I think damn near anytime somebody take a L at this motherfucker, we got some questions and we got some concerns. Now look, man, this is how I said I'm finna quarterback this. We got 2 battles for y'all. This is not a drill, We got 2 battles for y'all just to switch it up just a taste. We finna go ahead and crack this thing off with D Soraki. Where all my One Piece fans at, Yeah. D Soraki versus my man Sidney, This one right here, I had some questions. He might have got robbed. Let me just go ahead and see if I can prescribe something for this. Let me get the wind up going. Slap.
Japan versus Germany.
Soraki and who the fuck is that? That's some flagrant shit right there. I'ma pull all the way up to Juste Debout Gold and you got a picture of a random nigga on a billboard? Wait a minute. Copyright. Copyright. Automatic. Nah, check the steez. Check the flow. Nice. Lord. That was foul right there.
It's gotta be the shoes.
This is all day too. This is automatic. Hey. The flow is supreme. Nice. Nah. Now that's where it got real disrespectful right there. No! That's hardcore right there, man. You gotta really see the details to understand that. Bounce with it. Soraki. Handle business. The legs, man. Sick. The legs is crazy. Nice.
I grab and then I grab the dough. See if I was an Indian, I'll still be the chief. The only other difference, I smoke weed in a leaf. To the hip, the hop, to the hip.
I see that. Cook.
Rhythm and blues, R&B, you see, all that's cool. But
nice.
Hip hop and rap, yeah, that's where my heart's at. Even back when I used to break on a box. Backspin for backspin, even while I'm rapping. Before I had a rap.
That's not easy to do, man.
Now I chief rock. I always entertain by digging in my crocs, my brain. So if it's gonna rain, let it rain. I spook you with the hit, make you jump like House of Pain. Boogaloo, boogaloo, shake and jump. And remember, Chief Rock, I won't front.
Give it up.
Sidney, you might want to check your pockets.
In a battle.
You might want to check your belongings, Sidney. I don't know who they got on that motherfucking. Cause that ain't Sidney.
Show some love to Sidney.
Hey Sidney, check your pockets, man. Check your back pockets too. Now, when I emphasize this, right, this has nothing to do with Soraki. You know what I mean? He was cooking. I just think in terms of what we can actually both look at with our eyes, with our pupils, with our eye sockets. There was just more delivery that was given by my man Sidney. I'm talking about even without the flow, just the overall musical approach. You understand what I'm saying? That Sidney had within the round, like Sidney's round by far exceeded what Soraki was doing musically. I think Soraki's approach, his flow was calm, but it was definitely just way more flat. There were certain moments that he did emphasize for sure, and in the lyrical approach or just overall riding the beats. But I think like again, if you were to go watch the round and just see the different approaches that Sidney had between the details, between certain rhythm changes, between certain aspects of bringing the beat forward, between certain pockets, certain ways in which he depicted sound. I just think there's the overall ability that Sidney had and the movement clarity. Not only do I feel like everything about his movement in terms of how it transitioned, in terms of how it was built within the round and how it interacted with the song was all supreme, but I feel like everything felt cohesive. It wasn't like this was an isolated moment to where he was doing some of this stuff with the music and then brought it back and it felt like fragmented, it felt disjointed. Everything just flowed naturally together. I think this was a solid round with how Sidney approached it. I don't think there's nothing I'm taking away from Soraki like it was bad. I just don't think nothing about what Soraki did it beat Sidney. Sidney, you might want to check your pockets, brother, because I think you just got robbed. Now we finna move on because that one was actually easy. Sidney got hold on that one. He should have got the win. I already reached out to him, had to let him know the palace locked in, huh? And we all thinking what? We all thinking he should have won that one. But look, we finna move on. We got Rubix versus Spider, huh? I don't want to bump the gums too much. I gotta see if I can prescribe some for this. Let me see if I can get the wind up going. Ew, spike out.
To the stage right now, we got Spider versus Rubik.
What a hit for? Spider looking German right now.
DJ still.
Let's do this. He looking like a German militant soldier or something. What the hell is this? This track can beat it. Check the walk, check the walk. They got poison as a sample in this motherfucker. I see that. You know the people finna love that. Look at the shoulders, look at the shoulders. Nice, nice. What the fuck was that? Lord. That's a lot going on in there, Rubix. That's a lot going on. You my man 50 grand, that's a lot going on, Rubix.
Let's go,
Spider. Make something happen. Hey. That's it, that's it. I see that. Tried to create a moment, but I don't think the people was feeling it. Nice. Nice. Okay. I see this. Palace, what we saying, huh? Whoa.
I gotta know real quick. Hey, hold up. You gotta follow me real quick. This dude here at the camera, man, I love your energy, man. He's been smiling the whole battle. Like, do you enjoy yourself? I can see that, man. I appreciate that. He's filming like this. Dope, man. Thank you. We need a decision right now. Who's moving to the next round? Rubik's Spider. The winner is Rubix.
That's all love right there. That's all love right there.
Everybody
Let's
show
focus,
some love
fellas.
for
Let's focus.
Spider.
Gotta show love to my man Spider. Got to.
Respect.
Ooh. Okay. Rubik's versus Spider, right? I think Rubik's was doing a whole lot in this motherfucker. But see, this is the topic, right? Battles to me sometimes I think just come too complicated with all the abundance of things people throw out. And I think the reason why it gets complicated is because Rubik's won. So there lies the problem. So now when people are watching and people that don't fully understand a lot of the things within structure of dance, they look at Rubik's round, whether they understand it or not. But regardless, if they don't understand it, they understand by who's given the win. So naturally, your brain starts to operate within this way of thinking to register how a person is supposed to go into these battles. And naturally, we start to see a lot more people doing all these type of wild like moments. And I look at it to where I don't have a problem with emphasizing those type of movements. I just look at how it's constructed. A lot of it feels like it's more of the wild moments, more than it's the overall ability to just get down and just cook up, like an actual round that exceeds the moves, like just to be able to have movement and balance it out and do things within structure to build up your round, build up steps, build up patterns, build up any type of fundamental like aspect to where we get to the punchline later than just automatic, we're just already in and it's just punchline. And so I naturally think a lot of people do this because as much as I fuck with Rubik's, I think he obviously has an undeniable fan base that a lot of people, whether it's him, Cuddy, Junior, a lot of people of their age, they love watching them. So naturally, when I watch people, because there's a lot of people now that send me their videos. We watch stuff on live Fridays to break down people's dance. There's a lot of influence, and I just see that taking form where there's less. I'm just gonna keep saying less dance and just more emphasis on a move. I'm not saying Rubik's doesn't hit certain beats, which is also another problem, because Spider had that problem a little bit. So even just to segue into that, like I'm gonna give this round to Spider for how it was better constructed to me. There was more emphasis on the music, more emphasis on the rhythm. But even as I'm talking about the music, he had moments where he was trying to emphasize specific sound, and I think people get caught up in that. I think people get caught up in that where it's supposed to resonate, it's supposed to make an impact because we hit a hi-hat, we hit we hit a double kick, we hit something, and it's like the people are supposed to go, ooh. But it also is supposed to feel like it's all together within one round, not like you just keep showing me a sound and it's supposed to be like, oh, now look at me. You know what I mean? Like, so when you have the round feel cohesive, it's like just do the moment and let the rest of the round just continue to cook. All of it will feel like it's supposed to do something than just that one moment. And then you keep relying on one moment every time you keep trying to accent a sound. So naturally, that was the only part I really had a concern about when it pertained to Spider's round. And Rubik's, I think ideally a lot of people emphasize sound a lot in rounds. And I feel like it's the compromise to the fullness of the round itself, the completed aspect of the round that makes it feel all as one to just keep accenting things. But in the way in which maybe they're accenting sound, Rubik's is just constantly throwing out moments of moves. You know what I mean? So there's two different areas in which you're constantly compromising your round, but one might be to highlight music or highlight the sound, and lose all rhythm, lose all flow. You just keep accenting. And then some people, they're doing both. They're accenting, just at random. And then they're also just doing a whole bunch of movement. I just think the way in which you go about utilizing these things are super important. These things are aspects of what you want to implement in your round, but it's just very important for how you put it all together. And naturally, to me, I think Spider's round was just more cohesive. I think it made just more sense in general with just the pacing of how he's building up his round. He's having more range and rhythm, clarity in his ability to just demonstrate, the body, the understanding of mobility and things of that nature. But I definitely understand how our eyes are trained, though. Our eyes are trained to see Rubik's fucking doing the most craziest fucking dynamic moves. And naturally that's more like I said, it's just complicating the aspects of like what a battle is supposed to be. Because I look at it for what our eyes see, and naturally we can understand that's easier to digest. It's easier to be entertained through that. And it's also something that is still impressive. But at the same time, I just feel like if we're missing a lot of these other components of the dance, then I therefore no longer feel impressed by those things. And naturally, I feel like it makes it to where all of this is just talk right now. But again, the results, if Rubik's is winning, that's why most of the time I used to tell you guys because Rubik's, like I said, me and him is cool. And one day I know we're gonna have a talk. We're gonna pull up, and we're gonna have our podcast. Let me know in the chat. I'm trying to get y'all motherfuckers engaged. If y'all want that, Meadows Palace and Rubik's, it's just a matter of time at this point. But realistically, I tell you guys, I don't necessarily blame Rubik's for a lot of this stuff, because if Rubik's is doing all this stuff and he's being told a lot of things, in terms of like, this is valid, if he's getting the win, if he's going all the way to the finals, if he's winning hip hop events and he's doing what he's doing, it's like I think genuinely Rubik's fucks with dance. I don't think he's a fugazi type person, or I wouldn't really connect to him like that. I don't think he's just in it for the thrill. I don't think he's just trying to, get clout. I think Rubik's fucks with dance genuinely. And he shows that even in his Instagram stories when he's talking about certain aspects of the dance, he wants to at least like have a conversation around. And he's speaking about his feelings. And I fuck with that, because it doesn't mean everything he's saying is right. Just like everything I'm saying, usually I'm telling you guys, I'm not right all the time. I just give you perspective. You know what I mean? I'm not even trying to be right or wrong. It's just literally just perspective. But to see how I can tell he fucks with the dance, there's a lot at play here. And this battle space, I think, oftentimes creates this type of outcome to where naturally it makes people want to do just a whole bunch of moves, It makes people want to do a whole bunch of moves. And I think that becomes the question of like, what is the future state of battles? Like, what does that look like sometimes? Even when we watch Larry versus Majid, we're gonna watch that one. And I think it's almost just as complicated. Like, to me, did Spider do something that capitalized? Like, oh, nah, this is a unanimous win? Nah. And normally you would think that capitalized, that emphasis feeling would be all about the moves that Rubik's was doing. And I think that's where, like I said, you lose all the substance. You lose all the internal things of what dance is actually made of or comprised of, because you're doing all these big movements. When you do bigger movements and you do things bigger in general, and it takes up more of your round, you have less of the details. You have less of the nuanced things that make up the dance, because you're just doing big things. But sometimes you're doing too many small things like Spider, and you don't have no real big impact. But I'm still looking at it like the integrity of the dance, I still think, was more in alignment with what Spider was doing. But I just question the overall state, because I know this is a typical problem. So when we watch Larry versus Majid, I can even preface it now for what I remember. I know I don't think I cared who won, but I just know it's a conversation in itself that we're going to have to talk about when I watch it, probably tomorrow. Let me know in the comment section, what battle are we watching? But this is the part of the conversation, man, between Soraki and Sidney. I just think there's certain details, man. Certain details, again, that's almost similar, but it's not as crazy, because Soraki doesn't move as wild as Rubik's. But even look at the parallels. Look at the parallels. I'm not necessarily saying detail is the overall be all. But Sidney was so on top of the music, it's not even funny, bro. Sidney got robbed to me. I don't say that too often. Sidney got hold. Look at it again, bro. Look at everything that's applicable to what you're supposed to put in a round, and the overall structure for how everything is supposed to be paced and built up. Sidney got played. That's a little funny to me. Not only did he get the wrong picture up, I don't know how the fuck y'all let that happen, but then he got played for that win. Like, that's where I don't know I don't know what y'all saying. Because whew, I'm starting to get mad just thinking about it. But let me know, man. This is what I'm saying. I wanted to do something different, to switch it up some. I don't want to make this too long. But I feel like the doc cooked some. Let me know in the comment section what y'all saying. I'm gonna see y'all when I see y'all. Y'all be easy. We're on the road to 100,000 subscribers. Act like it. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Peace.